Hello everybody, welcome to the Tesco's cookery course. My name is Carol and this is Angela, and today we are cooking veggie chilli and rice. Very nutritious, very versatile, most important, not expensive. So we have our vegetables. You've chosen your vegetables. You don't have to go out and buy fresh vegetables. You can get them from your fridge, leftover vegetables. Frozen vegetables are just as healthy as fresh vegetables, or we can use tin vegetables. I've got a selection of vegetables here, but don't forget we're talking healthy food, so we don't want added sugar. So when we're picking up our vegetables, we want to read the label and make sure it's in water, because then we can use everything when we're cooking in our ingredients. So anything healthy in water. We will be talking about nutrition through the course. We'll keep coming back to our nutrition value and healthy eating. And we will also keep mentioning our rainbow. And our rainbow is as many colours as you can get into your recipe as you can, because the more colours, the more healthy, the more nutrition you're getting into your meal. So before we start cooking, we need to make sure our workstation is ready and we've got everything we need. So that's when I'm going to turn you over now to Angela. She'll get you sort of all prepared, ready to go. Then you'll come back to me and I'll just go through a few of the basic knife skills so that we don't end up with any cut fingers as we go through the course. Okay?
So the first thing we need to do is to make sure we've got nice clean hands. So we turn on the water, make sure our hands are nice and wet, pump some nice soap, antibacterial soap, give our hands a good rub, making sure we get to the back of the hands, in between the fingers, underneath the nails and by the wrists. Do that for about 20 seconds. And then we can rinse off. Turn the tap off with a piece of elbow or forearm and dry your hands. Then we're ready to begin. And now we're going to prepare our workspace. We need to make sure we've got a nice clean surface to work with, plenty of room. And we're going to put down, we've got a matted sheet, but you can actually use a bit of wet cloth or a wet tea towel. This will help keep your cutting board, chopping board on a nice, even, non-movable surface. We also need a bowl or a container that we can put our waste in.
And back to me. So we have our knives. People have drawers full of knives. It really isn't necessary. What they say is the one knife that you should have is a chef's knife. Not everybody has this type of knife, and we all have our favourite knife. But they say if you've got this one, you don't really need anything else. This is my favourite knife, which is like a mini chef's knife, and I prefer this one. So we go for whatever we're happy with. The second knife they say everybody should have is the paring knife. So this one is used for cutting up small things, taking seeds out, etc. And then you want a serrated knife for tomatoes, grapes. So we have that. And the final one would be your bread knife. So that's all we need in our drawer, and we're ready to go. We also have our peeler, all different types of peelers. Once again, have what you're comfortable with. This one you can hold firmly to use. You've got a grip of it. And yeah, so there we have our knives that we need. Okay, so we're getting ready to use our knife. Our knife should always be sharp. Our knife should always be held away from us. So we can buy simple, easy sharpeners from Tesco's, any supermarket. And they do say it's always best to sharpen a knife before every use. So it's quite simple. We hold our knife, we go in, and we very slowly draw towards us, draw towards us. 2 or 3 times is fine. I know my knife is sharp, so I'm going to stop at 2 times. Holding your knife. This is what we don't want to see. Knife is out of control and can cause a lot of damage. We have these 2 fingers here. So those 2 fingers go on the end of the knife there. The other fingers wrap round. You are now in control of that knife. That knife belongs to you. Okay, so that is the safe way to hold a knife. Any knife, 2 fingers round. Doesn't matter the size of the knife, you need to be in control of the knife. Knife always needs to be away from you, and you never cut towards yourself. So I'm now going to show you how to cut an onion. So here we have our onion. We have a top of our onion and we have the root of our onion. What we don't want to do is we don't want to cut the root off. The root holds the onion together and it also stops the crying a lot. So we have our claw. So our hand, our bridge, I'm so sorry. Our hand is in a bridge position. So that's how we would hold anything firmly. So we get our knife, we're holding it so we're in control. We go under our bridge and we go in, to and down. So our point of our knife is down and we go straight through the onion like this. So now we have our onion. We take our peel off. We get our peel. Take our peel off like this into our waste there. That's it. We can now take the top of our onion off. Once again, we have our bridge. There we go. Which means we can now get this waxy piece of this onion off. So we're going today to chop our onion. So we've now got our onion on the flat. Always, whenever you're cutting anything, you always use the flat side down. Whatever it may be, use the flat side down. So we've now going to cut our onion. So we now go to our claw. So we've now got our fingers tucked in like this with our knuckles out like that. So we're on the top and we are using our thumb behind to hold the onion in place. Now onions are very nice because they've given us nice little lines here. So we're going to cut in, holding our knife the way we're supposed to do it, cut in, and we're going to just come in and down like this. In and down. In and down. There's no hurry, so we're just holding like this. Don't need to go all the way to the end of the root, like this. And then if you feel that it is coming apart, go back to your bridge. Might be easier for you. In and down, in and down. So now we have our onion. So we're now going to start to chop our onion. So we'll go back to our bridge. We'll hold it like this. And we're going to go, actually we'll go back to our claw. I think our claw should be better for this one. So we're going to go a rocking and back. So this type of movement here. So we're going to go in, rock and back. In, rock and back. In, rock and back. And as you can see, because those knuckles are out, that you are not going to cut yourself because it's going to slide down there. No fingers, no nails in the way. If you feel that you're getting too near the end, getting a bit worried about it, that's fine. Go to the flat again, like this, and over this way and across, like that. So you are getting all the onion there. So now we have our chopped up onion. you wanted to use slices of onion, so if we take the peel off of this onion very quickly. So we're not going to go across, we're not chopping, we're doing nice slices of onion. So we go back into the claw, so we're holding our onion, don't forget, thumb behind, keeping it in place, claw on top, fingers tucked underneath, and the rocking method again, and there we go. And we're coming that way, and that way. Tip down, in we go, back along, and that way. If we wanted to make them smaller, back to our bridge, go in half, back to one of the flat surfaces, back again, and we would hold it in position, and down, and down. Okay, so there we have some nice slices of onion to go onto our salad or whatever we want to use our onion for. So we have our chopped onion and now we have our sliced onion. So now we're going to go and prepare our garlic. So we have our garlic, great big bulb. We don't need to use all of that, obviously. So we just put some pressure on it like this. You feel it underneath your hand loosen up and you can start to pull away. So we pull away and we have, oh, that's a very large one, isn't it? Right, okay. So we now put that on our board with our knife again, away from us, slightly tilted down. We put that on top. The palm of our hand we'll put on top and we will push until we sort of hear a real satisfying crunch. When that's crunched, this will all, no, because it was so big, it's going to need a bit more pressure than I've got. Bring it a bit towards me. We'll have another go. So there, did you hear that one? We got the crunch that time, didn't we? So now you will find that it will just literally all just peel away like this, as easy as easy. And there you're left with your bulbs of garlic. Right, so we now have these, which we're going to cross chop with these eventually. So first of all, we'll just make them slightly smaller. So we'll have our claw, we'll hold this in place. We have our tip on the table, we've got hold of our knife nicely, and we come down like this. So we're just coming over and over and over, moving our fingers slightly back like this. So we then have that. So now we want them even smaller. So we're going to cross chop. So we bring them together. For this one, we need 2 fingers. We don't want to lose our thumb while we're doing this. So we tuck our thumb over and keep it out the way with our other 2 fingers. So we have this. So we now have our knife, 2 fingers. This is the motion that we want, the backwards and forwards. And to support the knife, we're going to put our fingers on the top of the knife like this. So we're going to use from the tip and we're going to go down like this. And this is what we call cross chopping, which we would do with herbs, anything that you want tiny. So you just get everything off, bring it back. And this you can do as many times to the texture that you would want your garlic to be, as small or as pasty as you would like it to be. And you just keep chopping, bringing it back to the middle, bringing that down and back again, over and over and over until at this point, if you wanted it to go to sort of more of a pasty garlic, you could add salt. But we could just keep going, thumb out the way, and over and over and over. And this is what we call cross chopping. So now we're going to go on to peeling our vegetables. So I'm going to start with a carrot. Although you don't have to peel a carrot, we have a lot of fibre in the peel of a carrot. Healthy. Once again, we're doing healthy eating. But some people prefer to peel a carrot. Obviously, if you're not peeling it, you wash it. Wash all vegetables before you use them. So I have my peeler. I'm holding it in a grip hand. So I am in control of my peeler. I have my carrot, holding it up like this, my hand on top. I'm putting on a slight bit of pressure so that it falls over. Putting on a slight bit of pressure so that it's quite firmly in place, slightly tilted. Get my peeler and I just go down to the bottom. Turn it round, down to the bottom. Turn it round, down to the bottom, and there we go. And like that. And like that. Down we come. Does need a little bit of pressure, but away we go. And there we are. There we have our peeled carrot. So now we want to grate our carrots. So we have what we call a box grater. Lots of different sides. Just as sharp as a knife, so we do have to be very careful that we don't grate off the tops of our fingers. So we decide which cutter we're going to use. For a carrot, it would normally be the coarse one this side. Slicing cucumber, courgettes, whatever that side, and very fine lemons, anything you want, really fine, lime, lemons, etc. on the very fine. So we are now going to peel our carrot. So we get hold of our box grater and we hold it very firmly in our hand, however comfortable you are with it, and we have our carrot. And we take it from the top and we just push down like this. And we're pushing down and we're grating our carrot. There we go. We can turn it round, and so we're going down. That's it. All the way across. That's it. And as we're getting near to the fingers, we just pull them back to the end of the carrot. When cutting, grating, chopping, there's never a hurry. Don't hurry these things. That's when accidents happen. Just take your time and down you go until you feel comfortable and how close you get. There we go. I think we're probably close enough there. We've not wasted a lot of carrot. Shake it out. And there we have our lovely fine carrot, grated carrot to put into our recipes. So that's our carrot. Okay, so now let me just go through using the peeler again on a potato. Once again, we would hold our potato. This time I think we're going back to our claw position really, and just holding it slightly, at each side, fingers tucked at the side, but we've got hold of it. We're in control of it. We've got our peeler and we're holding it down, and we just, once again, slide down and move round. Just move the vegetable round as we go. And there we go. So we're just moving it round. Now, potato gets very moist as you're peeling it. It gets very slippery in your fingers. So just be very, very careful as you're holding it and bringing it down like this. And just go round until the peeler has taken it all off. And round we go. There we go. And we come to the ends, hold it tight and just downwards, down towards the board. There we go, up to the other end and down. So we now have our peeled potato. And as we start to cut our potato, we will go back to our bridge. We will hold it. We will go down, tip on the board and down like this. Flat, always flat, tip on the board. So we're holding it and we will go across and down like that.